Your feet burn at night. Your fingers tingle without warning. You wake up and can't feel your hands. What if I told you these aren't just annoying symptoms? They're warning signs that something deadly is happening while you sleep. For some seniors, neuropathy doesn't just cause pain. It causes sudden death during sleep. This is about understanding why nerve damage makes sleep one of the most dangerous times of day for your heart, and why one common nighttime habit is silently destroying your nerves right now. We're going to reveal the 4 deadly nighttime habits that destroy senior nerves, and why one of them is responsible for sudden death during sleep in thousands of seniors every year. Neuropathy isn't just about pain or numbness. When nerve damage reaches your autonomic nervous system, the nerves controlling your heart, breathing, and blood pressure, it becomes life-threatening. Research followed thousands of diabetic patients and found those with autonomic neuropathy had a 5-fold increased risk of sudden death during sleep. In one landmark study, cardiac autonomic neuropathy was the strongest predictor of mortality over 7 years, stronger than cholesterol, blood pressure, or smoking. The 5-year mortality rate ranged from 16% to 50%, with most deaths attributed to sudden cardiac arrest. Why nighttime? When those nerves are damaged, your heart rhythm becomes unstable, blood pressure regulation fails, and deadly arrhythmias strike without warning. 4 deadly nighttime habits are destroying these critical nerves. We're counting them down, starting with number 4. Number 4. How you sleep. Your sleep position determines whether you're compressing nerves for 6 to 8 hours straight. Research from Washington University shows that sleeping in positions stressing nerves in your neck or arms causes chronic compression neuropathy. Shoulder abduction, elbow flexion, wrist flexion, positions many naturally assume, create sustained compression damaging nerve tissue over time. One study found sleeping with wrists in neutral positions reduced numbness and tingling significantly. This matters more as you age because older nerves have less resilience. They've accumulated oxidative damage and reduced blood flow. What younger nerves tolerate, older nerves cannot. When you compress a nerve repeatedly, you restrict blood flow, cut off oxygen and nutrients for hours, and ischemic damage accumulates silently. For those with diabetic neuropathy, the combination of metabolic nerve damage and mechanical compression creates a perfect storm. The next habit is even more dangerous because it happens inside your body, invisible and silent. Number 3. Taking common medications that silently deplete vitamin B12. B12 is essential for maintaining the protective myelin coating around your nerves. Without adequate B12, nerves become exposed, fragile, and misfire, causing tingling, numbness, burning pain, and eventually permanent damage. 2 medications are the worst: Metformin, the most commonly prescribed diabetes drug, and proton pump inhibitors like omeprazole that millions of seniors take daily for reflux. If you're taking these medications for more than 2 years, you face significant risk of B12 deficiency and resulting neuropathy. Most people have no idea until nerve damage becomes advanced. A systematic review found strong associations between low B12 and neuropathy. By the time deficiency is detected, neurological damage may be irreversible. Without B12, your nerves literally cannot repair themselves. The biochemical mechanism involves disruption of nerve membrane metabolism and neurotoxic buildup of homocysteine. The next habit doesn't just damage nerves, it can stop your breathing hundreds of times per night. Number 2. Obstructive sleep apnea. Untreated sleep apnea triples nighttime heart attack risk and quadruples stroke risk. But the connection to neuropathy is more insidious. Studies document a bidirectional relationship. Neuropathy causes muscle weakness in respiratory muscles, leading to more breathing events. Then nocturnal hypoxemia, repeated drops in blood oxygen, causes further nerve damage through ischemia. 67% of patients with polyneuropathy had sleep-disordered breathing. The repetitive oxygen desaturations directly damage peripheral nerves by causing ischemia in tiny blood vessels feeding nerve tissue. Each apnea episode triggers an emergency response. Heart speeds up, blood pressure spikes, stress hormones flood your system. In people with autonomic neuropathy, this triggers fatal arrhythmias. Research on familial dysautonomia showed sudden death during sleep was directly linked to untreated sleep apnea. The combination of breathing pauses, autonomic dysfunction, and cardiac instability proved lethal. Type 2 diabetics with neuropathy face increased risk of sleep apnea, sleep fragmentation, and frequent nocturnal hypoxia. These worsen insulin resistance and accelerate nerve damage, a vicious cycle. Ask yourself, do you snore loudly? Does your partner say you stop breathing during sleep? Do you wake up gasping? Do you have morning headaches or extreme fatigue despite sleeping 8 hours? Is your blood pressure difficult to control? If you have neuropathy and any of these symptoms, you're playing with fire every night. But the deadliest habit happens before you even go to bed. Number 1. The deadliest nighttime habit. Going to bed after spiking your blood sugar. You don't need diabetes for this to destroy your nerves. You only need repeated glucose spikes. When blood sugar rises too high, sugar molecules attach to nerve fibers and tiny blood vessels feeding them. This creates oxidative stress, inflammation, and destruction of protective myelin. Glucose fluctuations cause worse nerve damage than stable high sugar. This damage creeps into autonomic nerves. Studies document dead-in-bed syndrome, diabetics with autonomic neuropathy who die suddenly during sleep after nocturnal hypoglycemia. Sympathetic nervous system overactivity combined with blood sugar crashes triggers fatal heart arrhythmias. One study found an 8-fold increase in dangerous bradycardia during nocturnal hypoglycemia. These are the arrhythmias that stop hearts. What most seniors do wrong: late dinners heavy in refined carbohydrates, bread, pasta, desserts, causing massive blood sugar spikes before bed. Hours later during sleep, blood sugar plummets. This glucose roller coaster is poison to nerves. Both daytime and nighttime hypoglycemia are associated with increased cardiovascular death, stroke, and all-cause mortality. Every spike and crash is like a chemical burn to nerve tissue. Picture your typical evening. Maybe you eat pasta at 8 p.m. Perhaps you enjoy cookies while watching TV. You're creating massive glucose swings that damage your nerves night after night. The burning feet, the numbness, the balance problems, they don't appear overnight. They're the result of months or years of this pattern. And if you continue, early autonomic neuropathy becomes inevitable. This is completely preventable. Now that you understand the 4 deadly habits, your protection protocol starts tonight. First, stabilize nighttime blood sugar. Never eat high-carb foods alone within 3 hours of bedtime. Pair carbs with protein or healthy fat. Glucose variability drives nerve damage. Chicken with vegetables at 6 p.m. is infinitely safer than cereal at 9 p.m. Second, address medication deficiency. If you take Metformin or PPIs long-term, ask your doctor to test your B12 levels. Don't stop medications without guidance, but address deficiency. B12 treatment should be part of neuropathy management. Methylcobalamin supplementation may restore nerve function if caught early. Third, optimize sleep position. Sleep with wrists neutral, not flexed or extended. Avoid arms above your head or elbows sharply bent. If you wake with numbness, your nerves are signaling they've had enough stress. Fourth, screen for sleep apnea. If you have neuropathy and snore loudly, wake gasping, or feel exhausted despite 8 hours sleep, get evaluated immediately. Untreated sleep apnea dramatically increases sudden death risk. CPAP therapy can be life-saving. Fifth, monitor for autonomic involvement. Watch for signs affecting your autonomic nervous system: dizziness when standing, rapid heart rate at rest, inability to sweat normally, digestive problems, or wildly swinging blood pressure. These are medical emergencies. Early diagnosis and management of sleep disturbances in neuropathy patients is critical for reducing complications and improving quality of life. Neuropathy is about independence, safety, and survival. Once nerve damage progresses too far, complications become life-threatening: severe pain, falls, ulcers leading to amputation, and sudden cardiac death. But much of this is preventable. The habits you choose tonight determine whether your nerves rest and repair. or continue deteriorating. You don't need perfection. You need awareness and consistency. Stable blood sugar, adequate B12, proper sleep position, treated sleep apnea, and monitoring for warning signs. These interventions can stop progression and preserve what matters most. Share this video with someone you care about, a partner, parent, or friend who complains about tingling feet or burning hands. Don't wait until symptoms become severe. Act now, while your nerves can still heal.